Now let's take a look at a new product. This is a dock that allows you to turn your Android device into a parkable, usable, television system. We've seen this. This was a parting shot from CES 2015, and we also showed this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is the SlimPort Nano Console. Now, right now, it's an Indiegogo project, and Brian's going to bring up the link in just a bit. It starts at $34 all the way up to $54 based on what kind of controller you want to get. If you want this is a Bluetooth controller. It's basically a mouse. It's $34. If you want the gaming console so that you can have, play games on your Android device, it's $54. It's actually very, very well designed. Look at how they did this. This has a base. Now, this base is not just a place to put the Nano Console. It also gives you a lip so that you can lean up your phone or your tablet, and it gives it a place to be parked when you come home. Now, the cool thing about this is you can leave this plugged into your TV, and it has an HDMI pass-through. So you could run your cable box or your Bluetooth player straight through the Nano Console, and it will only take over when you have an Android device actually plugged in. On the top, this nice little remote, this gives you a way to control your Android device for a distance. Go ahead and switch over to the input, and you'll see how this works. This works just like a mouse. Unfortunately, it's not multi-touch. It's single touch, so you can't swipe, you can't two-finger scroll this. You have to click and scroll. But actually, the utility that you get from having a sit-back experience is still quite good. Personally, I think I probably would have gone with a gamepad because I see myself using this as a place to play games whenever I want to. Now, also, if you are going to be running things like Netflix or Hulu or YouTube, this is a really good way for you to be able to get functionality without having to give up on comfort. Let me run through some of the pros and cons here. I really, really like the fact that I have a docking station, something that will charge and connect at the same time. I love their design for Bluetooth controllers. Again, I would probably opt to get the gamer pack rather than the standard Bluetooth controller, but it's actually very well designed. I also like the price. $34 to $54 is actually incredibly reasonable to have something that will both charge and connect your device at the same time. However, there is one major con, one that cannot be overlooked, and that is the compatibility is horrible. Brian, bring this up. These are the compatible devices. In fact, these are the only compatible devices. If you don't have one of the devices on this list, it does not support SlimPort. It's basically limited to a couple of Amazon, a couple of Acer devices, strangely enough, a BlackBerry phone, a Fujitsu tablet, and a bunch of LG. If you're into the LG ecosystem, you probably do have SlimPort. But if you don't have one of these devices, this dock will do nothing for you. Now, that's the biggest problem. We've seen this before. In order for a new standard to get the critical mass, it has to attract devices. But in order to attract devices, it needs that critical mass. I would say that the SlimPort does have a future. There is definitely a future for a connectivity standard that gives you this kind of functionality, that allows me to dock and charge at the same time. But unfortunately, until we get that critical mass, this is going to be a buy for anyone who has one of those very few devices on the list. And for everybody else, it's going to have to be a don't buy. If you are interested in getting one of these, go ahead and check the links on our page, and we'll make sure that you can get into the Indiegogo campaign. I think there's only a few days left if you find yourself on the list.